The road to Kiyotaki Tunnel isn't just a path, it's a dare. Locals warn travelers to steer clear, especially after dark. It's a narrow, twisting ribbon carved through dense forest, where trees grow so thick they choke out the moonlight, leaving you in a world of shadows. On foggy nights, mist spills down from the mountains, swallowing the road in a ghostly haze that cuts visibility to a few feet. Drivers say it feels less like a journey and more like crossing into something unknown. Would you brave it alone? Or do you already feel eyes on you from the dark? Those who've driven this road solo at night swear there's a presence, an unshakable sense of being watched. Some catch glimpses of figures in their headlights, standing silently by the roadside, shrouded in mist. But look directly, and they're gone, like smoke slipping through your fingers. Others see shadowy shapes darting across the pavement, always just beyond the light's reach, teasing your sanity. But these are mere appetizers. The real terror waits for those bold or foolish enough to enter Kiyotaki Tunnel itself, emerging with tales that defy reason and linger like a bad dream. Kiyotaki Tunnel isn't your average underpass. It's cursed, they say, haunted by the restless spirits of those who met gruesome ends within its walls. Built in the early 20th century during Japan's rush to modernize, the tunnel was hacked out of solid mountain by workers armed with little more than picks and sheer grit. Conditions were brutal, endless shifts, no rest, overseers cracking whips. Accidents were relentless, cave-ins, falling rocks, equipment failing for no reason. Workers died horribly, crushed under boulders, buried alive in pitch-black collapses. Many bodies were never retrieved, fueling rumors that they're still there, sealed inside the tunnel's concrete embrace, their souls bound to the place they built. Fact or folklore? You decide, but would you dare whisper their names in the dark? The first eerie reports go back decades. Truckers driving through at night heard whispers in the wind, agonized moans, desperate pleas echoing from nowhere. Some spotted apparitions along the approach road, clad in tattered, old-fashioned clothes, standing motionless like sentinels. One driver's story chills to the bone. He saw a woman in the middle of the road just before the tunnel, her long hair veiling her face. Thinking she was lost, he stopped to help. She lifted her head slowly, revealing empty, hollow eye sockets and a grin stretched impossibly wide, like a broken puppet. Before he could scream, she vanished. Hallucination? Or did he brush against something that doesn't belong here? The tunnel's darkest legend centers on a cursed mirror. Word is, if you glance in your rearview mirror at the wrong hour inside Kiyotaki, you'll see a pale face in the back seat, still, silent, staring at you with unblinking eyes. Survivors say it brings a curse, sudden sickness, freak accidents, even death shadowing your every step. Locals whisper, it's the ghost of a woman murdered nearby decades ago, her spirit trapped in this concrete tomb, hunting for company or revenge. Would you risk a peek? Or keep your eyes locked ahead, praying it doesn't follow you home? Then there's the tunnel's strangest quirk, its length shifts. Drivers swear it stretches endlessly at night, the exit retreating like a mirage, minutes dragging into eternity. Others claim it's shorter sometimes, spitting you out so fast it feels wrong, like space itself skipped a beat. Official measurements say it's fixed, 492 meters, no debate. So what's going on? A trick of the mind? Or is Kiyotaki a doorway where time and reality bend? Scientists mumble about perception under stress, but that doesn't explain the goosebumps or the stories. Even by day, the road's a beast, tight curves, steep drops, a slip-up away from disaster. At night, it's a nightmare. Cars stall inexplicably near the entrance, engines dying despite perfect health. Inside, headlights flicker like they're fighting an unseen force. Worse, some hear knocks, sharp raps on their doors, not from outside but inside, as if something's already with them. A few have seen ghostly hands press against the windows, pale and cold, vanishing as they exit, alone in there. Would you check the noise, or just floor it and hope? Legends speak of a woman roaming the tunnel at midnight, stepping into headlights to force sudden swerves. Lock eyes with her, and she's yours, showing up in mirrors, reflections, even your dreams, until your last breath. Some say she's a victim of a violent attack near the tunnel, her spirit locked in endless torment, seeking someone to hear her silent screams. Another figure haunts the entrance, a spectral white shape, motionless, watching. People have tried to approach. It blinks out of existence. Security cams catch it too, but investigations find zilch, like it's mocking us. The surrounding forest is just as cursed. Stop along the road at night, and you might hear whispers. No one's there, just trees and darkness. Strange lights dance deep in the woods, not fireflies or lanterns, but moving with purpose, like they're hunting. Locals say these are lost souls, desperate to claw back into our world. Believe it? Or is something bigger lurking in those shadows? Kiyotaki's infamy draws thrill seekers and ghost hunters, but many limp back regretting it. They report headaches, nausea, scratches appearing out of nowhere after a visit. Weeks of bad luck follow, crashes, money woes, loved ones dropping dead. Like the tunnel's spirits don't like company. Locals warn, don't poke the dead. Yet, the authorities? Silent. No official word on hauntings, just a shrug. The tunnel stays open, daring you to test it. If you must drive through at night, heed the rules. Don't stop inside, don't check your mirror. And if you hear a knock, don't look. They say acknowledging whatever's in there lets it latch onto you, following you home for good. Brave enough to try? Or are you already glancing at your back seat? This isn't the end. The deeper you look, the stranger it gets. Are those workers still trapped in the walls? Is that woman's ghost just the start? Or does Kiyotaki hide a truth too wild to face? One thing's certain, the curse isn't done with us yet.